All right. Hey, everybody. Don't let my voice bother you today. It's just a little bit of allergies. I'm here in my kitchen in Poland. And today I'm coming to you from my wonderful friend's flat, her apartment here in Poland, where I'm staying by myself and getting to enjoy just a little bit of free time right now before we go into some hours of worship tonight. Okay. All right. Obviously forgot to put this in airplane mode. So it's just amazing that I'm here in Poland. It's amazing. And what I want to share with you today is that studying for the test is different than taking the test. So how many of you know when you're studying for the test, you prepare for hours, you study what you think is going to be asked, you study what they seem to emphasize in the lectures, and you have all your books out in front of you and you can refer to those things, and you've got your list, and you've been checking it and going through all of the things that you do, making all your note cards, doing everything that you do when you are studying. But my friends, when you go in to take the test, you walk in pretty much with your pencil and that's it. So over the last few days, I've had some minor things happen. These are not the major things of life. But you do have to harness, you have to pull in those things that seem minor in the moment so that they're not an opportunity to indulge the flesh. They are the opportunity to bring development to your actual life in Jesus. Now, I want you to listen to me carefully. I don't know that I can ever emphasize this enough, is that you have the actual life of Jesus in your spirit. Okay, that's what it means for Christ to live in you. Okay, he's put his life inside of your spirit. That's now your life. But will that life get developed? Just like I've got muscles, if you could see my arms right here. Okay, you see that right there? It's okay. For the sake of the gospel, I'm willing to embarrass myself. Do you understand? I do have a muscle there, but I don't know if you noticed it was shaking a good bit. You know why it was flabby? It's because it's not been developed. Listen to me. We have got to allow the muscle, the major muscle of the life of Jesus that is actually inside of us. That muscle cannot just be present. That muscle must be present and developed. We have to allow any resistance, any trouble, any difficulty, any agitations that come to us to allow opportunity to actually develop the life of Jesus inside of us. Because if not, it just all remains a possession that we have, but it never actually gets developed. Therefore, his life never actually is released, and we never live as who we actually are, first to him and then to our generation. My friends, I don't know if I can emphasize enough to you that humanly speaking, we have nothing. We have nothing. We have no love of God. We have no desire for God. We have no passion for God. See, if you're still under the illusion that you've got something naturally, my friends, it's going to be a soon coming day that you have to realize, no, those things are never going to make the full trip. They're never going to make the long haul. They're never going to be able to have the quality. So in just these recent days, I left Friday. I'm still wearing the same clothes that I left my house on Friday. Today is Monday. And this is a minor thing, but it's still major in my development. It's a minor event, but it's major in the development of the life of Jesus in me. So anyway, I make this 24-hour trip. I get into Poland through 4 COVID tests that are all negative. I go through all of the ticket agents. There's supervisors checking all my travel documents, having to get specific permission to enter into Poland. Poland has gone into a major new wave of lockdown. It is a miracle that I am here. It is fresh favor that I have stepped into to be here. So I come through all of that, and in the last minutes, ooh, Jesus, my luggage did not show up in my final destination after 3-4 flights getting from Houston to Krakow. my luggage did not show up. So I was at my most vulnerable. I was tired. I was ready to rest, all those things. And agitation was coming from the bottom of my feet to the tip of my spirit man. And I'm telling you, without going through the whole story, because I did that on Move On Mondays over on my public Facebook page at NB McCready. You can check it all out there. But I'm telling you that I had to lean in to Holy Spirit in real time. I don't care how long you've walked with Him. Abiding is a real-time engagement, daily, moment by moment. It is not just, oh yeah, I've studied for the test. I know this stuff. I mean, I've aced this stuff so many times. No, what God is looking for is real-time engagement, moment by moment, abiding, abiding, abiding. It's where His yoke is easy, His burden is light. But getting there, my friends, we have to allow that development. Years ago, God once told me, Nancy, don't lose it in the last 10 minutes. I was like, okay, well, tell me, when's the last 10 minutes? When is it? Is it at 10 minutes of 6 today? When's the last minute? And then it's perpetual. In the abiding, the last 10 minutes becomes perpetual. Don't lose it. Again and again, He says this to me. In the last 10 minutes of that trip, I almost lost it on Saturday night. And there was a young man at the luggage counter that almost caught it. When I lost it, he almost caught it. But I leaned in and I was like, don't lose it in the last 10 minutes. Stay with it. Now, I could honestly and thoroughly process my agitation. The issue wasn't to act like I didn't feel something. The issue is to take my agitation to the source, which is my Father. Just like when it says, be angry, but do not sin. Be angry, but do not handle your anger independently from Him. It doesn't say to act like you never get angry. That's craziness. That's cultish. It's just goofy to sit around and act like you're some kind of robotic moron as a Christian. No, we are more alive today than we've ever been if we're walking with Him. So I turned to Him. I said, grip me, Holy Spirit. I choose you now. Grip me in this moment for deep abiding and bring abiding development. Now, I don't really pray like this. I really talk like this. But let me tell you what, man, it was like because I was agitated. See, I was in the last 10 minutes of that trip. Just like the last 10 minutes it's perpetual. You see, God told me this when He was talking to me one day about Moses. Because He said Moses used an old strategy in a new series of events and circumstances. He struck the rock when it was time to speak to the rock. And then he and God went out on a walk, and the only one that came back was God. Okay? So listen to me carefully. I said to God, well, what do you mean the last 10 minutes? What is the last 10 minutes? And He said, in the new covenant, it's perpetual. Stay leaned into me, Nancy. Do not reach back for old strategies for another time. Stay with me. I'm developing my life in you. Stay with me. I'm going to speak to you in this moment, and you're going to know how to proceed and what to do. But let me tell you, there were several minutes in it that I could not talk. I had to just be quiet. It took the abiding power of God just for me to be quiet so that I could lean into Him. I could let Him meet my need, my true agitation. Now, we've just gotten word today that my luggage is being returned tonight. So I've been in the same clothes, but we have washed them, And I preached Easter service yesterday. And, all is well. These things are minor, but in the moment, they can be major development of your new life. Or it's just an opportunity for selfish indulgence where you indulge your flesh, and everybody just needs to understand that you're tired and, you've traveled all day, and who cares, really? Only my Father cares. The young guy at the luggage counter, that's not his problem. Do you understand? My friend that was picking me up at the airport, that's not her problem. So I don't get to just indulge and just fly off the handle at them. Now, my friend, let me assure you, my friend who picked me up at the airport got to witness what I'm describing to you. She got first-hand account witnessing. But so let it be. Because what is really mentoring is mentoring your life. because somebody's got to really see how this really happens, how we really live, how we really progress. Now, I've been abiding in him since, at a deeper level, since Saturday night, I can assure you. All right? And I preached on Sunday, and, we're just living. We're just living. I'm talking about the real test, my friends, was not on the platform yesterday morning preaching the Easter service. The real test was standing at that baggage carousel in the Krakow airport when here it goes and there's no luggage. That was the test. You see, you can study all day long and you can be a really great studier. But my friends, when it comes time for the test, that's a whole nother ballgame. Is everything you were studying actually preparing you for that moment to grip him and let him grip you? Was it? You see, we don't want to lose it in the last 10 minutes. And I'm going to say to you what he said to me. The last 10 minutes is from now until. From now until. It's not just the last 10 minutes of this live. It's not the last 10 minutes of my day. It's not, it's like perpetual, forever, leaned into him. This is how we're called to live. And we've got to make sure that we are harnessing trouble, that we are making agitation work for us, whether it's minor or major, to prepare and develop the actual life of Jesus Christ inside of each one of us who are born again. Don't lean into your human strengths, your human virtues, because let me tell you what, that doesn't actually exist. It's all coming to an end. Everything human has limits. We are stepping into the development of our true life in him. Okay? So, I hope this encourages you today, my dear friends here in Poland. We're in the same time zone. Isn't it fantastic? All right? Like it's a little bit after 4 o'clock, and I'm on the same time zone as my friend Magda that's on here. My friend Sharon in Iowa, we are not in the same time zone as usual. I'm 7 hours ahead. All right, my good friend in New Mexico, she's actually 8 hours behind me, Mountain Time. And so it's so awesome to be in multiple time zones and us all connecting and being encouraged today. Don't lose it in the last 10 minutes, my friends, and don't try to self-harness. Don't try to grip yourself, because you'll realize, I can't do that. No, you cannot. You've been made one with Holy Spirit. That's the yoke. The yoke. Come and take on the yoke of the Son. Oh, I have so much I could say about that, but just be encouraged today. I'm going to have me some new clothes. I'm going to have my own pajamas tonight. Oh, it's going to be good. It's awesome. But let me tell you what, I've been able to abide in these minor things, but I know it's bringing major development to my life in him. And today I am so thankful for good friends in the nation of Poland. I'm so thankful for the Holy Spirit present within me, who does exactly what he says he will do if I so choose him. In those moments, those vulnerable, tired, angry, agitated moments. Don't try to pretend, my friends. This is because the days that we're headed into, pretend is not going to cut it. We've got to let him truly tend to us and get us ready. Oh, and my friend Daniel here in Poland is on here. My friend Karen in Iowa. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. I'm sure I'm going to miss somebody. Great to see you guys. This is awesome. I can't wait to read all of this. My friends in Florida. Oh, this is fantastic. Love it. All right. See that hair right there? That's going to agitate me right now. I don't know about y'all, but let me tell you. I'm having way too much fun, y'all. Look, I haven't had my flat iron for 4 days. My hair is not abiding. It's not sticking together. Look at that independent hair right there, just sticking straight out. What do you know about that? But guess what, my friends? We are not just the externals. We are who we are in the spirit. So be full of his life today. Press into him. He can produce his life. And in those moments, where it feels like it's all just going to bust out, lean into him. and he'll bring you through. But he's going to bring you through, developed, more mature, more ready for the days ahead, because we ain't seen nothing yet. Okay? All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.